Good morning, everybody. I was just getting ready for my day. I was having memories of when I was a kid and I did ballet class. So, my teacher was, I think she was German. I was very sure of that, but at this moment I'm not. But anyways, Christiana Maya. So, I started with her from a young age, and I was always an awkward kid. I never had coordination. My fine motor skills were terrible because my hands shake, and so it was hard holding different positions and whatnot. And I'm sure I just frustrated the living hell out of her, but I know I did because she yelled at me more than once and took me in the change room to have chats with me and stuff. Because she saw me as a troubled child, but really I wasn't. I was just weird and awkward. But it's hard. It's hard not being awkward when you're awkward, Like, it's so funny. I remember they'd be so frustrated because I'd be like, whatever. They'd be like, straighten up, like, pull up. And I'd be like, pull up? Like, what does that mean? Like, pull up? Like, I didn't really know how to do, like, things that seemed to come naturally for the other girls. The other girls would be, like, looking like $1,000,000, and then I was a little... I was like, they're all like Energizer bunnies, and I was like the Energizer bunny with a low charge. Maybe the batteries were about to die. I was like, boom, boom, me trying real hard, and it's not working out. But one of the funny things, well, I mean, it wasn't funny at the time, but it is funny to me now. Because my hands shake, like, it's called an intentional tremor. So when you intend on certain things, it gets worse. So if it's something you've never done before and it's like really fine, it's like I remember I started in lab work, like I scared the hell out of them. They were like, that woman's not drawing my blood, and or people would be like, see me writing on something, be like, I don't know if you're gonna work out here, Well, actually, a lot of places I didn't get a job because of it, but the thing is like everybody has bonus features, and everybody has kind of like a little chain on your foot that holds you back and makes your life a bit harder. I mean, you look at people out here who are born with handicaps and the things that they get through, or people that weren't born with them, and that things happen to them, and the way they pull through, and the way they, I mean, my actually a girl that I went to dance class with, not that dance class, but another dance school, and she was just a sweetheart hippie, and her mom was also a sweetheart hippie, and she was a student there as well, and she was like a little mother hen. And her son just had a ski accident. Now I have complete faith that he's getting amazing treatment, that he will come through this absolutely, with his walking capabilities. That's what I see. And the team around him is just unbelievable, like she's been kind of posting the journey, and it's really beautiful when you see this young man who's just had his world changed, and he's still lighting up the camera with a smile and going through all this, like, it's a lot for somebody that age. I can't even imagine. So, anyways, me crying about my shakes, which really, it's not that big of a deal. It's definitely not the deal that they made it to be whenever I was young, like just constantly trying to cure it. And I look back now and say, yeah, it made my life a pain in the ass, but maybe that was the point. Maybe that was God's point. It's like, yeah, when you're sitting there in the little dance class and everybody's frustrated with you because you can't get your hand position right for the recital. And this is what I'm talking about. So, like, sometimes, like, I was out with girls on the weekend, they're like, oh, you don't shake anymore. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not trying to do anything that would make me shake, but some things bring it out really bad. Some people bring it out really bad. Some holding a hot drink brings it out really bad. But, like, here would be me, in dance class. And you have to have your arm in a certain position, so everybody has to look the same, right? So I've got my arm here, trying to get it in a spot where I can hold it steady, and they're like, No, up here. Well, up here is like this. And I'm like, stop doing that. I can't stop it when it's in that position. I can only stop it when it's over here. You know? And they would get so frustrated with me because I couldn't match what the other girls were doing because of this tremor. But it's like, I can't control it. I think some things I can control to a degree, but like, you know, so, I mean, I did point, if you can even imagine this on point shoes, like, talk about awkward sauce. Like, I would, I think back, oh my God, those shoes we wear, they were like the skin tight. Like, you had to buy them uncomfortably tight because, as you know, a fact of ballet is you have to be uncomfortable the entire time. So yeah, these satin skin tight shoes, and then we'd stuff this white, it looked like cotton balls, but it was a little more sturdy. Not much more sturdy though. That's all that was between your toes and the metal plates, and then your entire body weight on your toes. So, you know, the little girl who's like 80 pounds? Alright. Me? I don't think I was 80 pounds since I was like 3. I don't know. Anyways, I'm sure it built me a lot as a person because it was horrible. It was horrible. And then you'd have to wear these pink. We're only allowed to wear pink, and you could only have the leotard, and then pink tights, and then pink ballet slippers. So, a girl like me goes into Malabar, like, yeah, I want the black slippers. No, the black slippers, only pink. Which is obviously awful because you can see through it, right? Depending what age you are. If you didn't think it was awkward before, oh shit, it's awkward now. You know, like, oh, I think I told the story before about my teacher putting me in a yellow unitard, like a tank top one too, but then just body, and then sequins wrapped around me. It was so awful. I hated it. I couldn't believe that she put me in that. She put me in that dance to begin with because it was terrible. There was another cool one, but she's like, "No, it's not for you, Jamie. You don't get to do that shit. You're gonna be in a yellow unitard." So anyways, the day of the show, I ended up, and the day of pictures, I wore a dark purple bra and panties. She wasn't happy. That's all I got. So, yeah, I was out there in my yellow unitard, my purple panties, shutting my shit. And then the ballet routine comes up, right? Like, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, boom, flying around like a seal or something. Anyways, I really wish people would learn to laugh at their awkwardness a lot earlier in life, because I spent a lot of years being really, really hard on myself, and, you know, questioning everything I did and trying to please people. Now I'm like, I'm just here to please God. God, my daddy. Yep. Everybody else, thanks for the lessons. And to those awesome people, thanks for the love and the support. Sorry, I was just picturing some of my ballet costumes. Like horror for a young woman. To get up on stage. It's so bad. Actually took me back when my son and I went to a vacation in Cuba, and the performers that night were a bunch of very, very, very young people, and their costumes were like a G-string. Like, they had a little top on, but the bottoms didn't have like butt cheeks and stuff. I was like, I couldn't begin to imagine getting up there. A bunch of drunk tourists in that outfit. Thought some of mine were bad, but they were really bad. Actually, this is very off topic, but I should add it in because It's also disturbing. The restaurants with the girls in these like tiny little outfits. Sick. And it's weird because you go in a restaurant and every single worker in there is a really young girl, and they're all wearing basically the same thing, a little bit different, but like really skimpy, and you know, makes it really hard to bend over and clean off a table. Why are we still doing this to girls? My God. So it's so disturbing. Like, let them wear their clothes, please. It's not really that much to ask. I mean, I feel like even in ballet, if I had been allowed to wear a tutu, you know, tutu kind of covers some things. Maybe I could have had a long sleeve and, you know, something a little more, what's that word? Not revealing. Just a thought. Anyways. I think I'm gonna go and find me a job. Oh my God, you know what's the weirdest thing when you're like this old and you've like experienced so many things? You can literally just go and work anywhere, right? Maybe I could be a ballet teacher. I'd be like, Instructor Jamie in the house. Today, we're gonna start off in first position. Nice, come join me. We'll do ballet in the park. There'll be no screaming instructors. There'll be nobody pulling your hair. There'll nobody questioning anything you do. You just follow your body, you follow your moves. Do whatever you want. I might even go buy a pair of point shoes just to remind myself. What that feels like. Have a beautiful day.